Hi, welcome to a video of my flea market finds for Saturday, July 19th, 2025. So, I arrived early and a usual seller was there to let me see a bunch of records. I bought a box of records. That was the first one. I only got two, and actually the second one I got them completely by mistake, because I am not up to date with my sorting, my inventory. Well, it's a side effect of that. I got this one because I don't have many police records. The police Regatta de Blanc, and it's I checked the quality of it and it sounded great, but I was a little bit pissed off that I missed something important. Let me try to show it here. Visually, I've missed a mark right there and right here. Two scratches, but they're superficial scratches, so I was trying to hear them. I can't hear them. I can feel the scratch, but I can't hear it. It doesn't make sense. I still don't know, and I raised the volume, I paid attention, I still couldn't hear the scratches. I was lucky that we don't hear it, but the record is not worth the $5 it cost me, because I would never be able to sell this back to someone who would check more carefully and see the two scratches. Otherwise I would have left it there. But I have it, it's playable, it's going in my collection. The other record I got, I'll put that in the sleeve later. Let me carefully remove this from, there we go, is this one, and Earth, Wind and Fire 1982 Power Light. Problem is, I already bought this. I had a feeling, and darn, I might already have this now. I better take it anyway, because I need to support a specific seller or friends and everything. And I bought it in September 2019, before COVID, at a yard sale for $1. I got this one for $5 that I didn't even need, but it's in perfect shape. So maybe the other one had scuffs, or I don't remember. So yeah, so I got those two records for $10. Let me put this back here, and I have to remember to put the record back in this. Okay. Second, seller had brought back a lot that he hadn't sold entirely the year before, but he added some items he didn't have last time. He had bought from someone, obviously. It wasn't his. A collection of Avon, or Avon, I think in English you call it, bottles of perfumes, shaped in all kinds of shape. He had one with an eagle. He had one with what's his name, Teddy Roosevelt. I remember those two, because one seller bought them and put them for sale at a higher price at his table. Anyway, there's what I saw as soon as, and they were $5 each. I bought this one. I couldn't believe it. In its box, Avon Canada Goose Wild Country Aftershave. My second favorite bird. Yay! Cobra chicken bottle, and there it is. The markings are a little bit wrong there. They don't go high enough. You look, it's supposed to be right behind the eye. But otherwise, and the details on the feathers are fun to touch. It's almost full. You have to remove the neck. There's a lid there to be able to fit it in the box. That's my favorite purchase of the day. I just really love this. Like, yes, like I can't stop looking at it. And the third purchase was a childhood book. The book itself, no, but it's the type of book that would have been found in a grade school at the time. But the thing is that these are like art. These are images from. Well, I suspect they're from actual cartoons, because I used to see these shorts on TV on Radio-Canada. Fabio Le Magicien. Actually, I'd love to see just the opening credit of these shorts. It's nowhere to be found on YouTube, and I really would love to see it again. Because I saw these unmemorable cartoons so much. It's the opening credits with this little creature there, whatever, a magician creature, a slug, I guess, because he... Anyway, it was way overpriced at $5, but it was half price, $2.50. It was... Oh, no, I remember. I offered 2. She wanted 3. I offered $2.50, and she said, sure, if you give the money to my daughter. And it was a little girl who was so cute. So I gave a toonie and 2 quarters in her little hand, and she said something like, merci, merci beaucoup d'être venu, et bientôt. She learned this. I don't remember the words, but she remembered this very polite and cute greeting and thank you message, or I don't know how to say that. That was really funny. Oh yeah, and I remember I was next to Coffee. My friend Coffee was there. He had arrived between my first and second purchase. And now moving on to the fourth purchase. I think it was pretty much, well, aside from the $5 Earth, Wind and Fire record I didn't need, this was my one bad purchase from this nice seller. However, this he had a stack of picture sleeved 45s at $1 each. I decided to get this one, the Alan Parsons Project. Don't answer me, because the B-side, I'm not even sure the B-side is anywhere where it's from, because it says the A-side, don't answer me, is from Ammonia Avenue 1984, but the B-side is 1977, Don't Let It Show, taken from the Arista album and cassette best of, so it's only on a compilation, so I don't know. Anyway, I decided to get it, and I can't even see it, but about almost nearly, like, over 1/3 of the record has some heat damage, but some kind of damage on both sides, so I suspect it's some sort of heat damage that seeped through the sleeve, and it's about from, I can see it a little bit there, can barely see it, but boy do you hear it go the entire record. So yeah, $1 wasted. And after that, one of 2 purchases made today that helped fill a collection. That's amazing. In one day, 2 purchases to complete 2 collections. So oh darn, I sold I gave the punch away. I don't want to start a video again. Too bad. So because as soon as I start explaining the context, the person will know, and I want to anyway. Yeah, might as well show it and then I'll explain it. There we go. So this is part of a collection, Astérix et Cléopâtre, Astérix book in French, where they had made this collection with an image that shows through the side of all the books. If you remember, a few weeks ago, I have a friend who bought, who was about to bid on a different type of collection of books of Asterix in series of books. That's in the complete Asterix series, but a different type of collection. We have like 5 books in one book, and he actually won the auction, although that collection he bought is missing book number 2 that contains the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th book. And I, not knowing if he was going to win or not, some guy a few weeks ago had certain numbers of these the books of this series, but not all of them. But I took, he didn't have 6, but he had 7, 8, 9 and 10. I decided to buy them. And I said it would be nice to pick up the next clean Asterix and Cléopâtre I can find to combine the. But I didn't expect to actually find the one from the series, so I know it won't fit with his collection, but at least he'll have all the books. When eventually we meet, I can give them to. So, believe it or not, this is the only book, this is the only comic book that was on the table. I'm not joking. And on top of that, I've asked how much. He said $3. Jesus Christ. Even the regular book is $5. So, and what's interesting is that these books have all kinds of bonus stuff at the end. So there we go. So I $3. So if I combine this to the other 4 books that are supposed to replace the missing book in my friend's collection, I plugged the whole. So that was amazing. I wasn't, and what's really funny is when I picked it up, with the in the heat of the moment, I didn't know if that's the one I was looking for, because I didn't remember by number, and I always get Astérix et Cléopâtre mixed up somehow with les Jeux Olympiques. I don't remember. Astérix aux Jeux Olympiques. I don't know why I got those two confused. I wasn't sure if that's the one I needed, but yes, it is, obviously. After that, on the same table, you had a bunch of CDs at $2 each. I picked one of them, Ultra Lounge, and it had some fake leopard skin. It's all fuzzy and a little soft, so just for the case. But I like lounge stuff. But I mostly collect it on vinyl, 60s lounge records. So examples of what's on this CD. I'll have to fix the paper here. 1996 compilation. So we have King Curtis, Bobby Darin, Julie London, Leroy Holmes, Hippo Stevens, M.A.S.H. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Les Baxter, Martin Denny, Billy May. Yeah, that's the stuff I was expecting to find on this. I'll have to fix the paper later. Okay, so that was $2. I didn't hesitate. And after that one, on another table, we got, I'm trying to, because I have everything laid out on my bed there, I'm trying not to spoil too much, like I did with the book. So let's see. Oh yeah, somebody had a box of records. I only picked one. It was $2. It seemed interesting enough and something I never see. So this is a LP pressed, I think, in the early 60s, and it still has the original shrink wrap. As you can see, it's all like yellowed and. Oh, actually no, it's oh, okay, March 1968. Sorry, it's actually late 60s, but the recordings are way earlier than that. I recognized the name Aristide Bruin. So, and the record is like not a single scratch, barely ever played. Let's see, this is okay. So Aristide Bruin, I had to look it up, and you can check on Wikipedia who Aristide Bruin was. So he was this poet, singer in the late 19th century. And he I'm trying to translate what I read a few minutes ago in my head. Chanson réaliste, type of songs with a lot of argot in it, like Parisian expressions. I'm probably not, I'm butchering the description of Aristide Bruin, but these are like original recordings. So of course, since he passed away early 1925, you know right away that these are acoustic recordings, so they sound like crap, but they actually did a very good job making them listenable on for this LP. So these are probably recording, according to what I found on Wikipedia, these recordings are between 1912 and 1914. But being in argot, it's really hard for me to, because I'm French Canadian, I don't catch some of these words. So, well, Abatignol, I don't know what that is. Nini Pochien, I've heard that title somewhere. L'enterrement de belle maman, my mother-in-law's burial. So, yeah. Oh yeah, the 113 de ligne, I read about this. That was when he was in the army. So for $2, something I never see, not a scratch, sure, why not? So interesting record. Then I got I do that sometimes. Some sort of PD move. I don't know how to call this. It's when I'm pissed that I find a great deal on a record, but I already have it. I still buy it just to say I got this for $1. It pissed me off that this was there $1. I'm a big 10cc fan, and the guy had a box of records at $1 each, and they had these two 10cc albums. This is a compilation, 100cc by 10cc. Mostly songs from the first two albums on the UK label, plus Waterfall, which is a cool B-side. I think it's a B-side. Yeah, it's a B-side. That's not on any other album. And it has some backward guitar on it. It's really cool. So this was released to capitalize on the success of I'm Not In Love. He even mentions it here. By then they were with Philips. So this label made this compilation. I think there's a different compilation with the same cover with different listings, songs listed. I'm not sure. I'm almost sure actually, yes. And one of the sides have nothing but B-sides on it, which are way more interesting than this one. But for $1 I had to buy it. And this one I didn't have a spare copy. I have a clean copy that I never play because I don't want to damage it, and it's such an important record. It's one of my favorite. It has some of my favorite songs by 10cc on it, and it's the last 10cc album with the original lineup with Godley and Creme. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'm really sorry. And the cover is really cool. How dare you! And the A side, I almost played the whole A side actually. The titles are not listed here. You have to check on the record, but oh, there they are. Yeah, How Dare You, an instrumental. Lazy Ways is so good. I love Lazy Ways. I Want to Rule the World, which I love. I'm gonna be a big boss. I'm gonna buzz the world around. I'm gonna be a big boss. Anyway, Mandy Flying Me, which is a follow-up to a song that they did on this other label. Iceberg I never liked. I always skipped that one. I played Art for Art's Sake, and I didn't care much for the rest. So it's up and down, but it's still, the good songs are so good, it's still an important album. So I got these two for $2, $1 each. My next purchase was, let's see here, I really love this sleeve. 10cc, yeah, Coffee found this for me in a, I don't know how he knew I would want it. A high-grade boy character figurine for $1. Was it $1? What? Oh, there it is, $1. I lost track there. I wish he had the girl, the duo, but yeah. And after that, number 8 and number 9 was this Honeymooners book. Annie McGarry. It has barely 80-something pages, and it's mostly photographs, so I thought it was $5 was a little bit steep. I managed to get it down to $4, but it's full of cool photos. Sorry for the reflection of the light on the far here. A lot of cool photos. Of course, I love the Honeymooners. Apparently my dad told me that the Honeymooners made my grandfather laugh a lot. He would watch I Love Lucy and the Honeymooners in the 50s on his black and white TV. That was $4, and then I got something that I took a chance on. You see, when I was a teenager, my first real stereo that wasn't a Lloyd's piece of crap, although the Lloyd's piece of crap I had gave me a lot of happiness, and I appreciated my parents buying it for me in '83. Well, finally I accumulated some money from summer jobs and part-time jobs, and I finally bought my first stereo in 1986, and it was a Technics SU-Z55, 55 standing for 55 watts. This is a SU-Z35. So the display is not the same color here. When it's on, of course, it only has one tape instead of two, and that's about the only difference. So it was 25. I got it down to 20. It's only when I got home I saw that this switch here for the right main speaker, the positive, the button is broken off. if I can tie or attach properly the little wire, it will still work, but it's annoying. And right away I recognized it from seeing it a year or two ago and leaving it there just because of that. So I'm glad I missed that this time, because it works. The only thing, it needs a little bit of contact cleaner for the balance. I mean, when you slide it all the way one side or the other. Well, if you're on the anyway, you understand what I mean. It doesn't fade. It's so a little bit of contact cleaner, but everything else. I plugged the speaker, plugged some sound on it. I said yes, because mine stopped working. When in 2000 I stopped using it for a reason I want to go into. And when I turned it on, like much later, like months later, after I stopped using it, it stopped working. So I didn't expect this to work. I took a chance, but man, I'm glad I got it, because I would probably get the sound back that I was used to listening to back then. After that, I bought something that helped me complete another collection. Let me see here. That was the amplifier. I forgot to write the price. I should write it before I forget. Yeah, it was 25. Got it down to 20. I will skip on the things I saw and did not buy. Like I'm mentioning here, I saw cute coyote plush, a very small cute coyote plush. It was $8. I tried to offer 5. She didn't budge. I was like, okay, well, no, I'm not paying $8 for a plush. I already have too many plushies. Yeah, I got this. The woman had, which ones did she have? She had the complete Fresh Prince of the Bel-Air. She had seasons 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, I think. Is that what she had? I'm trying to remember. Anyway, I managed to convince her, I don't know how, to sell me just number 3 after I explained to her I was only missing this one. And she said yes. Oh yeah, because she wanted to sell. She had a better deal for. Oh, no. She had 4. This one and 3 others. I don't remember which ones. I completely forgot. And it was like $15 for 4 seasons. I said, no, I only need number 3. It's $5. I was glad, and I got it. Some scuffs, unfortunately. I'm hoping it won't skip. But the reason I need it is because years ago at yard sales, back when I still did yard sales, at one yard sale, although I think it was at a yard sale, I got volume 1, and then at another sale somebody had numbers 2, 4, 5, and no 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6. She had the whole series except 3. So I managed from at that yard sale years ago to buy numbers 2, 4, 5, and 6, and I got 3. I got them all. So then I can, when I put them all together, finally, I can watch the show again, starting from 1, 2, 3, etc. So that was satisfying. And I like Fresh Prince. Was so funny, man. It was funny at the time. It's probably still aged well. Then another place had various stuff, and I made myself a lot. I offered 15 for the lot. The guy wanted 25. Went down to 20. It was still more than I wanted to pay. So I was calculating, okay, what should I remove? And he said, oh, you know, okay, give me $15. I said, oh, thank you, and then I thanked him. So for $15, I got this vintage puzzle. It's about 5 years younger than my period, but it looks like it could have been from my time. It says 1980, but 5 years before that, it was my age to get a puzzle like that, because I had a few, not many, but I had at least one. I think I had at the time two underdog puzzles, one round one and one in a box like this, more or less. But the gag made me laugh. well, not laugh, ha ha ha, but smile. And the pieces are in a bag and it says complete, so I trusted whoever put that in there. It was $1. I marked $1, and then I saw this. Did I need it? Not really, but the complete Superman collection on VHS, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Never seen 3 in English. Saw a bad translation in French. And why not? Eventually, I'll watch it on VHS. And I got the first 5 seasons of M.A.S.H. I painstakingly took the time to open all boxes and check disc by disc. And, they were not beaten up. I don't take any chances anymore. I've been had too often in the past. So I don't know how many seasons there were made. So anyway, I got all this for $15, so not bad. Actually, it turns out they made 11 seasons, I think, or something like that. I had to check it on the internet when I got home. So after that $15 lot, what did I see and not buy? A record by Duke Ellington. I was willing to pay $2. He wanted $5. I left it there. Then this guy who sells comic books, he keeps lowering the price on a liquidation sale every week. And now I've never seen in recent years clean bully bill books for $2. So I have these, but not being up top of my game and not having sorted all my stuff, and the basement is a mess. I don't remember which ones were upgraded or not. And I remember that I had a number 4 with loose pages. Those are unfortunately not recent copies. Well, I guess they're kind of vintage, but they're from the 80s, and they're not from the 70s, like my time period. But I got number 4, number 8, because I vaguely remember mine had a lot of, when you put a piece of paper on a book and you write, and it makes indentations of your writing. It had a lot of that, the copy I have, so I decided to get this clean one, although it's not a vintage one. And this, one of the 2 Bully Bill books I bought when I was a kid, they were $5.99 in the late 70s. That took me forever to get $5.99. But mine, I still have my childhood copy, and it has loose pages in it, and it has some. I remember there was one page I really love, and there it is. He pretends to be sick, so they'll try to see if he'll eat this or that or this or that, and they put all this food on and then they call the doctor, and he eats everything up, and he's like, fat, cute. Anyway, so they were $2 each, $6 for these books, and I think that's the last purchase of the day. And the video was already 28 minutes long, so time to say thank you for watching.